Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get this aligned right here. Let me get into the chat. I do want to put the overlay. There we go. Good morning. I hope you all are doing well. I'm trying to get this all shared out and everything right now. I hope you all are doing well. Got your coffee this morning? Pushing this out onto Truth Social. It's actually where I have the most people following me. I've got about 7,500 people there on Truth Social. Um, let's see, we got a couple people in here on YouTube. People still finding us. So, how are you all doing? I'm trying to see how the health of the stream is going. Facebook and YouTube were good. Looks like Twitter's being a problem, and that's all because I'm a premium account and it was up for renewal, and um, yeah, so it was up for renewal, and then they're just they're taking their sweet ass time approving it. Um, it's it's like I don't get. I had to message X Premium yesterday, and I don't get why it's taking so long. I have no clue, but it's taking longer than I expected, and why? See, on my YouTube, it's not showing up. And I see that you guys are here. Okay, now I'm seeing it. Now I'm seeing it. Oh, I know what it is. For some reason, I'm having a hard time on when I'm signed into this browser uh, with this Google account. That's what it is. I see it now. Dumb stuff. Dumb stuff. Good morning, Star. I hope you're doing well. Um, Man, I had the cats woke me up super early this morning. Actually, I should say cat. It wasn't both of them. It was just the one. And yeah, he just wants me awake. He doesn't want to do anything. He just wants me awake. That's all it is. Ah, damn it. I'm gonna pull up my good thermos. This one just leaked all over me. It's it's up at the nozzle where it's leaking, and I hate that. I absolutely hate it. But that's why I keep old mail. I open my mail at my desk, and I'll keep all the junk parts and whatnot. And then when I spill on my desk, I just reach over and grab an uh, empty letter or something. But it's cool up in Canada. You know, this time of year, I bet it's beautiful up there. Yeah, Canada. I've always enjoyed my trips to Canada. I used to go up there when I was obviously younger because I lived in Toledo, Ohio, which is like 45 minutes, an hour from Detroit, and then you can get right across to Windsor from there. So for those of you who watched the show this week, I had some, doing the producing and hosting the show can be a bit of a bear sometimes because your focus goes all over the place. So to simplify it, I moved a lot of the stuff here. Um, what do I think of all the issues with Otter Creek? Well, John is in jail. You know, John is in jail. That's not going to change anytime soon. Yeah, he's not getting out. It's just a matter of time for Lynette. My focus sucks. Yeah, mine does too. And when you try to produce and host the show, it can be. Thankfully, I've got TC there, so I can always throw something to him and listen to him while I'm doing stuff. So that's. But I really do miss Juan. I hope Juan is doing well. I have reached out to him. We've traded some stuff. He's doing okay. He's still producing, but he can't take many shows as what he was doing. Um, I need to find me like some young kid to be an intern for the show. But yeah, so I was playing around. I added some sounds to the soundboard. That seems really low. Is it my? No, no. Okay. If any of these are too loud, let me know because I was playing around with them. That one I can't get louder for some reason. I'm gonna play with that one still. So yeah, I was playing around with those, and then I made the other ones a lot louder. So I was having some fun with that yesterday. I look forward to all the issues ending and normalcy comes back. That'll be boring when it does. But honestly, that's why I like Willis's show. Willis keeps everything entertaining. So check out What You Doing, Willis. He also has the YouTube channel Tube Town. But I really like what he's doing. He is bringing in tourists to Otter Creek. Now, I heard a theory, and the person who told it to me, they told me that they have confirmation. I haven't seen it myself, but the guy who showed up to Otter Creek in a mask refused to take it off and was asked to leave. That is one of the haters. He is one of the haters in the Facebook groups. If you're, I'm not sure if you're in those, Star, but if you are, yeah, posts as Georgie Porgy. So one of these guys who posts as a fake name. We know who he is. I was told many months ago who Georgie Porgy was. So we've known his name, where he lives, what he does, all that stuff. But he thinks he's sneaky, and he came to the city council meetings, the last couple ones, wearing a full mask. And yeah, so that's who I'm being told it is. I don't have confirmation. I know the guy that they're saying that it is. I know who that really is, because there's a couple. Here's where these haters are dumb. There have been private investigators this whole time, and Facebook doesn't hide your information very well. In fact, because there's been so many lawsuits, Facebook is very open about your information. So it's not hard to get your IP address. Once they get your IP address, then they can narrow everything down on you. You would need your neighbors to be doing the same thing that you're doing online for it not to be narrowed down to you. Mayor Willis is great. Watch all his content. He brings smiles to us all. He's a great guy. Not a hater. He was asked to be to be removed. From what I've been told, who it is a hater. It's a guy who's been working and feeding stuff to Lynette. I'll just say that. But did you guys all enjoy my talk with Larry yesterday? Larry's a really good guy, good comedian. Really glad that I can support him with his, fight with stage 4 cancer. I've offered him that if he's going to do anything, that this channel is absolutely available to him. So you might see more of Larry on Veteran Nation. But I mean, if he doesn't want to, use our channel, I'll still be there to help him with, any questions about live streaming and stuff. Things I've picked up over the last, I started this in 2021. So, or actually, no, 2020. So 4 years now. And like I've said before, I was very spoiled because this primarily went out on Facebook, but there were groups who pushed or who put this show out on Facebook. So it was nothing in those early days for me to have 5 to 10,000 followers, and then as different things happened and groups got out of the streaming business, I had to just kind of pick up this channel and build it all from scratch. There's so many videos on our YouTube archive that have like no views because it was straight up just an archive. We were just putting the shows there after they were done. But yeah, it was primarily just a Facebook. Yeah, we were primarily just a Facebook show, and we had a lot. That is where we did find some dedicated fans of the show. I still have people reach out to me who followed us in those days, and I started a Rumble. I still haven't figured out Rumble, but I did get some videos up there, and the one that I'm pushing out is a video. It's on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube, but I spoke with a veteran named George Lunsack. He was a World War II veteran. He was in the Coast Guard, and he was at both D-Day and VJ Day, and he was very, very interesting to talk with. Went through the Panama Canal, did a lot of stuff. With that, but just a really interesting guy, very interesting story. And I'm very fortunate that I was able to talk with him before he passed away. But I put that up on the Rumble, and I noticed people were finding it. So Rumble's a little bit smaller of a platform than YouTube. From what I understand, once I figure it out, from what I'm being told, it's friendlier to content creators in terms of like being able to get paid for views and stuff like that. I don't know. It's all going to go to the foundation if I get any money. I never used to watch YouTube until What the Hell's Now. I enjoy all of them for information. Different views concerning so many issues. I gave up on TV. I stream. I stream all my TV stuff. I use IPTV. And there's a lot of free services out there. I do pay for a service for IPTV, and it's way cheaper than cable. I pay like $110. I can't remember. I think the current plan, it's $110 every 6 months that I'm paying. And then there's, then, yeah, I have like all the channels. I've brought family and friends into it and whatnot. So it's all about saving money. So yeah, and then I expanded upon the soundboard last night. Was playing around with that, so that was good. I'm just looking at what people are doing online right now. So that's been my excitement. I went to the store yesterday, got a new, those little those cardboard scratchers. I got a box one for the kitties. So threw some, I threw some kitty litter in that this morning. So they were in there enjoying that. Oh, that's one thing I got to do. I have to, you know what? I'll do that while I'm on the screen with you all. I need to. That can be minimized, and you guys can see how I run things kind of behind the scenes. Oh, the cats love catnip. They love catnip. I'm going to share screen. Boom. So now you guys can see. So there's the web page. But I'm going to open up. I use paint.net for a lot of my graphic stuff. So you guys, there's paint.net. I'll move this off to the side. And let's see. Open. I was working on the soundboard. So I want the logo. What I got to do is I got to put up I got to change the logo a little bit so that, let's see, with a little bit smaller and then a little bit smaller. Okay. I got to change the logo a bit for, I want to put a coffee mug, a Veteran Nation coffee mug, so you guys can see how I do this stuff. Select all, edit, copy, edit, paste, keep canvas size. I'm just going to make this smaller. I do all the graphic design for everything Veteran Nation. So I've gotten pretty decent at it. I'm not an expert, but which I had some skills before ever doing this. There we go. There. That actually looks pretty good. Looks pretty flush. So this will be a coffee mug file. But I wanted to make this coffee mug. Oh no, I don't. I wanted a PNG. I don't want it a JPEG. Boom. Okay. I will close that out. Minimize this, and we'll sign in. And I'm partially doing this because Angry Vet. I know he's in and out of the stream, but he's watching this. So this is, like you can see, this is all the stuff for the merchandise store, the background. So we sold some stuff here in the last 30 days. So we profits. Those are going to go into the they're going to go into the foundation. So those of you who bought t-shirts, I actually have to send you specific thank yous, but I'm going to send thank yous. And if you, here's one thing, if you buy a shirt, post it onto social media of you or someone wearing that shirt and let me know, tag us, and I will send you a Veteran Nation coffee mug, what I'm creating right now. So here we'll create a new product, design something new. All right, we want coffee mugs. These are all the things. If you like any of these products and you think I should be selling them, let me know, because, like buckets, joggers, I normally just do t-shirts. I do have a zip-up hoodie, a V-neck vest. Yeah, like they have stuff. Like I do need to get a beanie made and get that to TC because he always likes wearing his beanie. Ooh, can-shaped glass. That's a new one. Maybe I should do koozies. Do the thing, and maybe I'll throw some koozies up there. Let's see. Bags, aprons. So yeah, they do all this stuff. Okay. Accessories. Are they out of coffee mugs? They weren't before. Ooh, I should do pet collars for all the service dogs out there that follow, because I do have people with service dogs. Candles. If I create a candle, the thing for me that if I were to create a candle for the show, it would. A part of me is like, oh, do it as like MRE farts or something funny, something that would sound full. Wrapping paper sheets. Okay, I'm looking. Where are coffee mugs? Are we out? Are they out? Here we go. So these are the different ones. So I do have a stainless steel one already with our thing, but I'm going to do one of these ones. This one has a lot of color. It's got our background blue, so I do like that. So I'm going to do this one, and I'll design it real quick. I got to upload a new image because we just created that image. That is in, let's see, what I name that? Coffee VM. Okay, so that looks pretty good right there. Oh, we're going to have to make this a little bit smaller. Huh. I know what it, okay, hold on. I know what I got to do. File open. It's because this is too big of a size. So we'll do this. And then we'll go to image, top to selection, save. Okay. So minimize that, remove that, and then bring it back. So it's still low quality, but we'll make it smaller. Why is that? Let's see if we grab, is that a black and white image? Yeah, I don't want the black and white image. Here, we'll upload. Which one? Here, we'll do the Veterinary Foundation. We'll see if this one works out a little bit better. Okay. Let's see a preview. See, it keeps wanting to put it on the front. That's the problem I have. Maybe we'll move it over here to the back. Or there, actually, we'll go over this way. There we go. You know what? I'm gonna offer colors. We'll do black, red. Okay. Okay, we'll do this in 11 ounces. Oh, actually, it's gonna offer it. Okay, here we go. So now we have a coffee mug that's up there. So we've got that style with the Veterination Foundation logo. So it looks pretty good. Will you support veterans and great coffee? So $14 per mug, $5. I don't like this. This is okay. So this is what I love about using this site, the Fourth Wall. They allow me to change the price points. So I don't need to make $5. I don't need $5 a mug. So if we sell it for $10.50, we're going to make $1.55. But to me, $10.50 is a much more reasonable price than $14. Other places they set the prices. You don't have any chance at all to set the prices. by being able to set this, I believe I can actually sell more. And like with the logo, I want to sell more. I want people to support us. So $1.50 coming back to us, yeah, we're not going to make a ton of money on it, but I want people to be out there talking about us. So that's my thought process about this. And so yeah, this will be the mug that if you get any of our shirts or anything, if you buy any of our merchandise, let me know. Take a picture of it, post it on the social media, tag us, and then I'll send you one of those coffee mugs. You know, you're helping you. Win-win. And actually, it's win-win-win because I successfully navigated a dispute. If you're a Office fan, so yeah, some of this, like, yeah, I don't know about this on these products. Well, I don't know. It's now published. So now if we go to, okay. So now if you go to the website, you get that, and you can get it in blue. Well, actually, this is kind of like a bluish teal that we have, but they offer red. So there you go, whichever one you like. That's how we do that. Oh, I'm sorry, I turned off the thing. So yeah, there it is. This is what it'll look like on the website. You can get it in 15 ounce, which is bigger, or 11 ounce. I might order me a 15. I don't know which one I'll do though, but there we go. So I did want to look at one thing about the stream because I was playing. So as you guys can tell, I did the whole design. In fact, I did. I'm noticing that. Yeah, there we go. And then yeah, with the logo behind us. Do you guys like it with the logo behind like this, or do you like it without, where it's like this? Come on, there we go. Do you like that, or do you like with the logo? Because I set both those up, and this is supposed to be showing. There we go. Got our logo. I moved our logo. So that was what I was doing yesterday. Just lots of fun things. Yeah, my cat loves catnip too. They are fiends for that stuff. I've never met a cat that doesn't, but then again, I was never really much of a cat person. Oh, in the ticker down below on Twitter, we did change our @ name. We're no longer Real Vet Nation. We're now @veteran_nation. So a little bit easier for people to find us. Anything exciting happening out in the world that you guys want to talk about? We got a couple people in here. Everybody, please hit the like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. You do help us out. I got some letters that are about to go. Going back to Otter Creek, what do you guys think about Lynette's grandson being on the property? While I think that Lynette will eventually be put into jail, I think Landon might beat her to it. It's a shame that young man is, being manipulated by her. Sorry, I'm trying to make this look a little bit better. There we go. Did I watch President Trump's speech last night in Grand Rapids? I watched a little bit. with the RNC and all these speeches, I will tune in and watch them, but they get replayed so much that you don't need to watch it live. Um, so yeah, I'm not one of those. I don't have to hang on every word of any politician. Like the State of the Union, I might turn it on, watch a little bit, and then turn it off, because I know they're going to talk about it for days after. I personally prefer to read a lot about that stuff. I actually get most of my news. If you follow me on Twitter and you want to know where do I get my news, I actually have a whole feed of news and information, a whole list. And that's one thing I like about Twitter is that you can create lists. So if you want access to the list that I follow, let me know. I'll shoot you a link to it and you can follow it. But it's a mix of right and left wing sources, because I get people who are like, you watch Fox News. I actually don't. I might turn it on just to see what people are talking about, but I'm not one that like really follows it. Like on election night, you'll find me watching CNN and MSNBC more than I would Fox News. I like to watch the liberal implosions. Lynette's grandson is tagging the bridge with his buddy. Yeah, I saw that. Here's the thing. To me, it's not a huge deal. Yeah, it's vandalism, but it's not a huge deal. Kids will do that. He's 18. A part of me wants to be like, bro, you're 18. You're not past graffiti. Like, unless if you're like someone who does art and you're doing graffiti art. But yeah, just tagging stuff, it's like that's really lame. Hey, good morning, Richardson. Got your coffee? You missed what I was talking. Actually, didn't you buy something from the store? If what I was telling people is, if you bought any of our merchandise at Better Nation Foundation, post it onto social media and tag us, and I will send you a Better Nation coffee mug. The trust has been passing on Jeremy Land. Oh yeah. They that's the bigger deal, is that they're going on to Jeremy's land. Yeah, yeah. Richardson, post a picture of you with whatever you purchased. If it's a coffee mug, hold up the mug. If it's a hat, show a picture of you wearing the hat or the T-shirt. And if you do that, and just tag me, and I will get you a coffee mug. We just created one today. To me, the vandalism and the trespassing is a much bigger deal. Now, I'm not saying he needs to be thrown in prison. We'd probably just give him a fine, But with kids like that, hurting their pocketbook is probably going to be worse to them than jail time. I haven't bought anything yet. I've been hosting our granddaughter this month. Great to know about the mug. Oh yeah. You know what? You bring up a good thing. I should probably have some kid stuff, some Better Nation kid stuff. My nieces love, like, they will watch my show, and then they'll like text me and be like, when you see me looking down at my phone when I'm doing the show, and I'm like, oh, I got people texting me. A lot of times it's my nieces. They're like, I'm watching your show right now, and of course they're my nieces, so they'll be pretty brutal. They'll be like, you look fat today. Is there any word how Ohio court ruled? Okay, they did have Ohio court, but there is no ruling. The Ohio court, I'm sure it did not go well for her, but normally with Ohio court, they don't rule right then and there. The judge is probably going to take a couple weeks to look over the evidence and before she issues a ruling. Unless if she got really pissed off. I'll be interested in watching the live stream tonight. I don't know if I'll watch it live. I normally miss the What the Hell's live stream live, but I do check them either, if not later on that night. I do check them the next day. We talked about me joining you, and I haven't been able to get the time to make it happen. Well, that's fine. That's fine. Yep. I always offer to veterans, you want to come on the show, it's an open invite. Same thing if you have anything that you're doing that, you take a video of it and you're like, hey, I need this promoted, send it to me. I'll push it out. I've had some VFWs be like, hey, we're in Oklahoma and we have a poker run. Will you push this out? I'm like, oh, absolutely. I'm most of the times I get that on Instagram, but I do push it out on all platforms. So YouTube, uh, uh, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and our Facebook group, and now Rumble. Make sure you guys join the Facebook group. Send me stuff in there. That's an easy way. There's less people in there. That's an easy way where we can still have some fun and talk. I put memes and stuff in there. I I get people now that when I say this show is now at the point where I really hoped it would get to, because now I get people who send me stuff. They send me stories because they want to see me do stuff on the stories, but they also send me memes, and yeah, I love it. Um, I'm sure she got pissed about John and the pew pew in jail. She's the one that turned them in. She's the idiot that turned them in. Live will tell us tonight for sure. I believe rumor that Crook is in hospital and has his date delayed. I bet he's suffering from DT since yeah he's in withdrawal. Yeah. Uh, Follow you on X as well. I'm not a fan of Facebook anymore. I'm not either. I've told people I don't care if they were to ban my Facebook tomorrow. I don't care. Um, Facebook I started long ago, and I keep it private. People send me Facebook requests, but if I don't know you, I'm not gonna approve it because I've got family, specifically little kids, uh, pictures and information about them. Like, yeah, if I'm proud of my son about his grades, I'll post his picture and grades. Same thing with my nieces and my nephews. I'll post their stuff when I'm proud of them. And that it's not my. Well, I'll put that. My Facebook is private. I'll put that out to friends and family. It's not my. What I'll say. It's not my right to post that publicly. So that's the way I kind of look at that. Um, Check messages. Okay. Um, I'm pulling it up. I do. Uh-oh. It's a new post. Um, okay. Okay, so this is a post. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen for this so you all can see it. So for many of you, you are probably not on our Facebook groups, the Otter Creek Facebook groups. You're missing out because it's hilarious. But this is a post, and I know it's probably a little bit hard to read. For those questioning if the child was in the stroller while that unstable woman was spotted walking on a busy and dangerous highway at dusk, she was laying down, curled up in the stroller, watching her pink tablet. Yeah, in one of the pictures that they showed before, you could actually see the young girl's. You could see her leg. So yeah, people who were saying, "Oh no, the child wasn't with her. She had." I think someone said she had a backpack there. Um, you want me to make the pic bigger? I don't know if I can. Um, Let me see. So there. Do you guys see that okay? Um, Here, let me download it as well. Because then this might be better. Yeah. So, okay. Let me. Just doing some producing here. Sorry, folks. Um, So there you go. There you can really see. You can see the little girl right there. So yeah, very unsafe. And I say this as someone who's involved in safety for 17 years, and I'll probably go back to safety. Um, you should never, ever, ever walk with your back to traffic. If you're not on a sidewalk, you should be, yeah, if you're not on a sidewalk, you should be walking towards traffic. And a big reason for that is people are on their phones, they're distracted, they're eating stuff in their car, they veer off the road. And when that happens, they uh, you you have a chance of being hit. And if you're walking with your back to traffic, you can't see them coming. You have to walk against traffic. And I've had people argue this point with me. Like, no, you're supposed to walk with traffic. No, no, no. You bike with traffic when you're on a bicycle because you are considered a vehicle on the road. When you're walking in a pedestrian, you walk against traffic. All I hope is the ants got this information for their case and love of this child. Well, I can tell you, I do know the ants have the information. I do know them and their attorney because they do have an attorney. There is a case. They do have the information. They do. Um, there are many of us from the various Facebook groups. We are in a couple different chats, and I've seen confirmation. To me, that is an emotional call out for psychologically by her. She's finally realizing her goose has been fried. Okay, so you're 100% correct. People with mental illness, part of their mental illness is they have to broadcast it. They have this delusion that people are going to look at things the way they look at, so they have to broadcast it because they need validation. And this is why I don't, I don't have a problem with trans people, but I don't validate their delusions. So, and it's because it's a mental illness. All the data points to that. But they want to broadcast their mental illness to the world, and they want people to validate what they're thinking and feeling. Okay? But you can't validate it because then you're validating the illness. And they're never going to get better. They're just going to get worse. And yeah, it'll be one thing one day. Like, as I look at Lynette, now I'm not a doctor. But as I see the stuff that she's doing, I see very clear indications of borderline personality disorder. I've seen people say bipolar. I've seen people say, what was the other one? Narcissistic disorder. She's got narcissistic tendencies, but I don't see it completely as a narcissistic disorder. And it's because, like, she told the truth to the cops. So she knows deep down what she lies and does is wrong, but when it comes to positions of authority, she will submit if they are acting as positions of authority. People like Judge DeThomasis, who absolutely validate all of her delusions, she will play those people like a fiddle. She's like, okay, they're buying this. What will they buy next? And it's all to see how far she can take things and how much they can get it. It's actually the same thing with what I'm dealing with McCagsey 29 Palms. The core of it is there's someone there with a mental illness and does a very good job, is very good at their job. And because of that, you have a lot of these Marines and civilians jumping on board saying, well, this person's good at their job. They can't be a bad person. And they're believing the things that they say. And, when you do that, you're taking a side. And this person's going to keep on doing wrong things and lead you further and further into trouble. And that's what Jeremy's saying by when he says, stay the hell away from this woman. He's very smart with that. Like, you need to keep a boundary, a very safe boundary. You can do things to say, okay, I want the child to be healthy and safe, but you still, that doesn't mean you have to be Lacey's best friend. It doesn't mean you have to entertain her delusions at all. You just do what's best for the child, report what you can, and then just kind of like give it some space there. We took our granddaughter to the mall on Friday, and while I was letting them shop, I watched people. There was a person wearing really loud and fake elf ears. I laughed so hard, missed the photo. Yeah, you gotta be. Now that I'm doing this show, I'm much more inclined to get photo and video and remind people. Like, my mom told me about some stuff, and she was talking about someone. I'm like, you gotta take video of that stuff. You have to. I need to see this. So yeah, it's funny. But yeah, people want their delusions validated. That's 100% what that is. Um, and it's funny to me when others will validate it and then argue with you that it's not a mental illness. It's like, no, it clearly is. It clearly is. So are people like Marla Hughes and Shark feeding off Lynette? Okay, no, they have the same illness. They have the exact same illness, or a variation of it. Um, Now, okay, with Shark, I don't see her as having BPD. She has narcissistic disorder, in my opinion. Again, not a doctor, but I'll tell you where I see that. Shark knows 100% everything that she's putting out there is wrong. She's doing it. She's putting it out there. She knows it's wrong. She's doing it for this. She wants views. She wants people to watch. She knows you will hate watch, and that's why she does it. Uh, and she doesn't. She wants your hate. She feeds off your hate. Whereas a BPD, that's where so and so is the greatest person in the world today, and then tomorrow that person is a piece of crap. They need to die, and everybody needs to spit on their grave. Like, it's that bad. Um, with narcissists, it's, I'm going to steal energy from you, good or bad. Like, most times, narcissists do want people to be, um, they do want people to be on their side. But if you're willing to give them energy, they don't care if it's good energy or bad energy. They want to steal your energy. They feed off it. So that's where I see Shark. Marla Hughes, I think someone with BPD as well. Again, not a doctor, not a diagnosis. What are your years of service? So I did active duty from January of 02 to November of 15. And then I did 2 more years of drilling reservist. Um, reservist time is a little bit different. I'm still technically IRR, so you did yours all active. Okay, nice. So, yeah, you did over 20. Nice. Yeah, I was a Mustang. I did 6 years enlisted, and then I became an officer. Um, I had fun with both. They're different. They are different. Um, my body reminds me every day. I try to do things now today to where I am not in charge of people. Um, Not that I didn't enjoy being in charge of people. I did. I just needed a break from it. I really did. Um, I might go back to running things where people work for me again. Who knows? I really enjoyed safety. I really did. And there, I was never in charge. Rarely, like I was in charge of the program, and I could tell people, "Hey, that's unsafe. Don't do that." But they weren't coming to me for, you know, what am I trying to say? Like performance reviews, stuff like that. So I didn't have to worry about that. I got to take apart my bed. I got to sell the box springs. I got to do that today. It's been on my to-do list. I just haven't done it. It's been like, I'll get to it. Yeah, but with Lynette, someone like her, if she doesn't get help, she's gonna her and Crook. He didn't get help with him. I don't think it's so much BPD. I think he's just not smart, and I think he also is, a rug addict or an alcoholic. I feel like I'm 72. Oh, I feel like I'm 70 some days. I'm getting better though. When I couldn't work out, like it was rough. I'm I'm able to work out now, and I'm much more active now. Because I had to go through some health things and get the all clear from the doctor. Um, and a big part of it was drinking. When I got out, I wasn't a heavy drinker. I was just drinking more than what I was. I wasn't like getting drunk, but it was like I would buy, like a 6 pack of beer every week type of thing. Now there's no beer in this house. So, um, yeah, once I stopped that, I started really noticing my health improving. And then I did some other stuff. Like I really try to avoid sugar now. I'm a fat kid at heart, so I'll still have some sugar, but like in my coffee, I use sweetener. Um, I don't use sugar. I drink zero sugar uh, pop now if I have any. So yeah, I try to avoid sugar. Where it's hard is if I go out to eat somewhere. This mental health battle the VA is putting me through has been taxing. I can imagine. And if you need to talk with some people, let me know, Kevin. I'll get you in touch with some people who might be able to get you some treatment options while you're dealing with all this with the VA. I drank about a liter of Jack a day, met my current wife, and quit. Haven't drank since, except my retirement party. Yeah, and it's amazing, how just those little things, how much they can change your life. Um, I If you could help, reach out. I could help, or if you need help, reach out. I could help. Yeah, and that's what's good about this show. Um, and that's also why I support the Battle Buddies app. I'm a mentor on there, but it's a way for veterans to reach out and talk to other veterans. I'm being treated outside the VA. I was forced to. Yeah, yeah. That's the VA, man. Hey, everybody, make sure you're hitting the like, share, subscribe, and keep commenting. I appreciate the comments. Because want to get this out there and help as many people as we can. In fact, I am going to retweet it so people can find us again. I see people are retweeting it, so we will get more people in here. I know we will. I got people sending me alerts. What are these alerts for? Oh, okay, people following me. Oh, a lot of people liked the thing of George Lunsack on Twitter yesterday. Here, I'm going to push that out onto Twitter right now. Where is here? Check out my interview with World War II veteran George Lunsack. you for telling me your story. Yeah, because I think people really like this this interview. It was a nice interview with George Linzak. Definitely a guy with an interesting story. Um, Kevin has brought a lot of us in and created an organization that he calls SCARS, and it's a lot of us veterans who are going to be working together uh, to defend people's rights still today. There's a lot of people who attack our civil rights. And as we have, by the way, in the description of this video, we have our change.org petition for for veterans for their Second Amendment rights. Please take the time to go click on that and absolutely sign that petition here. I'm going to copy it and I'll put it here into the chat. So please, there you go. Please sign our petition there. Sorry, that thing is huge. Wow. Sorry about that. Don't know why it's that big. But please go and sign that petition. See, you got a YouTube channel. Well, what it is when you start a Google and then you sign up for YouTube to be able to comment, it does create a channel for you, even though you might not be posting to it. It's part of that. They were trying to do, what was the Google thing where they were trying to replace MySpace, and it was like Google Profiles or something, and it didn't take off. But when they bought YouTube, they kind of did the same thing. Like you had a Google profile and no one ever used it. I went on to mine, and all I had were all these messages from all these random bots. You know, that same Chinese woman, you know, asking me if I'd like to take her out to dinner. If anyone knows that real girl, I will take the real girl out to dinner. Suck at this tech stuff. Yeah, you know, I force myself to learn. I really do. I need to take a coding class. I really do. I'd like to learn how to build apps. But you can always go on to Fiverr and get someone to build you one. And then once you have the thing built, then you can take it to an expert who charges like real money and be like, hey, can you fix this? My app's not working. And they'll take it, you know, and polish it up. I'm on X and still don't know half of it. You know, X will be around for a while. They're trying to make it a video platform, which is why I'm trying to get my premium going. People from X approve my premium so I can get my live streams back on there, because I was getting hundreds of people on some of my live streams where people would just come in and sit, and you know, they really wouldn't comment, but they were like they were going there or going to my show and watching. But yeah, right now they're like, oh, it's under review. Okay, well, it's been under review for like a week. It's like, come on, dude. I got stuff I need to get going. So I messaged them yesterday. I haven't gotten a reply back. You need to bounce. Have a good one. Appreciate you. Everyone, if you haven't, check out Kevin's, check out his channel. He's got a good channel there. I got people. I was trolling some people this morning, and people are enjoying it. Oh, hold on. Conspiracy Kitty wants in. He had his little paw under the door, like reaching out under the door, like, hey, come get me. Yeah. You gonna lay down there, or are you gonna come up here? We got some clouds here, which is going to make it cooler. It's been hot. It was 105 yesterday. Today, I think it's going to be like 102. Oh, they're saying 103. So, a little bit cooler. Believe it or not, when it gets that hot, those couple degrees do make a difference, especially inside your home. Are you coming up here? You're going to come on screen? No? Come on. And here comes the dog. The dog's like, oh, is the cat going to get attention where I'm not? Give me the attention. These two are goofs. So I've got this beam in my room here. It's oh, here he is. Hi. Of course, the dog sticking her nose in. Yeah. You got any conspiracies for us today? Yeah. Oh, backing off my microphone. Okay, you can get down. I don't need Lori. Leave her alone, or leave him alone. Yeah, there's some good conspiracy theories out there. Some dumb ones, like they're trying to say that the deputy director of the FBI was sitting behind Trump, and they zoomed in on this woman who, after the shot rings out, she puts her phone up, and they're like, "See, she was a spotter." First off, spotters don't use phones. Secondly, that's a horrible place for a shot spotter. And thirdly, third, the deputy director would never be the shot spotter. In fact, I think she's a lawyer. I don't think she was ever a FBI agent. And then the last thing is, if you were a shot spotter, and let's say that was the place to be, it's right in view of all the network cameras on live stream. You would, if anything, you'd be in the crowd with your back to the thing so they can't see your face. You're not going to be sitting right behind Trump. That is some of these people just jump onto these crazy conspiracy theories. Yeah, don't want to be in the line of fire as a spotter. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Now, this woman was kind of perpendicular, which is where, you could be, but you don't want to be perfectly perpendicular. Like I see, you want to be, almost as an observer, but you wouldn't do it in full view of all of the network cameras that are going out live to where you can't even edit the footage later. It's live. So when I saw that, I'm like, this is the stupidest conspiracy theory. But I do need to talk down with guests for not this week, but the next week's Nation. Is there anyone that you guys would like to see? I know we've had some people on. I was trying to get Carl Porfirio, the guy who wrote the kids' book, tried to get him to come back on. He's a really great guy. We were trading some DMs the other day. I want to have him back on the show. Super nice guy. Lives down in Florida. Really nice. And he's, he took his grief of his son passing and put that into a kid's book. And that's very admirable. People are mad at me. I don't care. I love trolling. I will troll on Twitter. I'm moving away. I'm getting smarter, I should say, at it. It only took me losing several accounts. But we're there. Yeah, I'm at almost 3,700 followers on Twitter now. So, biggest account I ever had. My last account was 1,800. So I've now doubled that. So, and it's took me just a little bit over a year. I started that account in June of last year, and it's July. So I think I got this Twitter thing figured out. Figured out enough is exactly is what I should say. But I mean, that's when we go back to talking about people like Shart. She wants legitimacy and attention. Oh, we're gonna have a doggy kitty fight on the bed. Oh no, cat ran away. Do you think the Secret Service director will resign tomorrow? She should. She should have resigned last week. Oh, yep, we are going to have a doggy kitty fight. If I need to turn the camera, you know why. She should. There were lapses. She should take responsibility. And if she took responsibility, I'd have a lot of respect for her and would say, okay, well, let us, step down. Let her be a part of a commission or something to help reform that institution. And maybe then she can come back with reforms. We got to stare down. Doggy kitty stare down. Okay. Backing away again. You're going to hear, they're going to get to where they start rustling around and you're going to hear either a really loud meow or a really loud yike. They get into doing this and it escalates and escalates until one of them takes it too far, and then the one that gets hurt gets mad and they have to stop. I seen that the detail for Trump were not his regular detail. And right there's kind of the problem. That's a big notification right there that there's an issue. Oh, I get someone texting me. What are they texting me? Oh. I was feeling silly yesterday, and yeah, I got my friend laughing at something that I did. But yeah, like people like Shart, they need views. She does what she does so that people read her stuff, but she only knows how to hate. She actually doesn't know how to do it with charisma. That's kind of like when I started this show. I don't care how many people watch this show. I don't. According to what I'm seeing right now, I've got 4 people watching. I'm perfect. I will do a great show as best as I can for all 4 of you, because I don't care how many of you are here. I'm thankful that you're here. And, if having you 4 here means I can help veterans, or if there's a veteran watching and one of those 4 that gets helped by something that I do, I've done my job. I've done it well. I'm happy about that. So, yeah, the people like Shart, I know she thinks she's helping people. She's actually, people like Lynette, she's actually hurting because she gives bad advice and makes excuses for. And when you do that, you are, you're not helping anybody. You're hurting people. And she doesn't realize that. Oh, good morning, my pretty. I like that. You got the Wicked Witch and your name is my pretty. So that's good. I like that. Yeah, she's not helping anyone. She doesn't realize she's doing damage, and it's about her ego. She has an ego. She wants to be. She views herself, and here's how I know this. When she described herself as she wants to be a court expert as a forensic journalist, that's not a thing. There's investigative journalists, but investigative journalists are not court experts. Forensic scientists are court experts, but she probably has never been interested in science, so this is her way of doing that. And also, when you read her articles, like when I do this show, this is a news show. It really is. When you break it all down to its most derivative thing, this is a news show. I am here to entertain, but also to pass information and to help people. So this is a news show, but you're getting my commentary. So, and that's why I say, oh, hey, I'm not a doctor. I can't make this diagnosis. I am giving you my opinion. It's freedom of speech. It is absolutely my opinion, and it could be right or wrong, or indifferent. Most opinions are indifferent. So she does that, but doesn't. She thinks, and this, you see this with Lynette too. They think that their opinion becomes fact. Lynette, when she was actively posting, and I know Max Lab, who's in here, I know he was on the Facebook groups with me, and we were seeing her post things, and she would just say, "Yeah, this isn't true because of this," debunked, and it's like, that's not a fact. That's your opinion. Opinions don't debunk anything. You can be like, you can, it's your claim, and you can be like, yeah, I'm refuting it, but it doesn't debunk it. You can be like, refuted. Great. Yeah, this is my side of the story. But it's not a fact. And Shark takes a lot of things as fact, and she's admitted that she posts rumor and conjecture. You shouldn't do that. Like, and if you do post rumor or conjecture, you should say, hey, this is my opinion, or this is what I think occurred. Not, but she writes it all as if it's a fact, and that's where people get in trouble in terms of journalism. Because if you post things as fact that are not fact, guess what? That's defamation. And I just had this argument last week with people in the groups because they were saying uh, things that because Jeremy hadn't verified information. They were like, that's defamation. No, it's not, because it was stuff that someone gave to Jeremy and said this is true. So when that happens, he's got a source. He has a source. So he can say, well, I have a source who told me this, which is what he's done. And he can say, I reasonably believe that's true. So I'm going to propose that as a fact. He has someone else telling him it's a fact. He's taking their word for it. So it's not him posting. You have to post knowingly false things. Well, when Shart says it's rumor and conjecture, it's not a fact. So she's essentially admitting to posting knowingly false things. Now, if she said, "Hey, this is a rumor. Take it with a grain of salt," then she'd be fine, because okay, that's more of an opinion. But she doesn't call out things that are not. Like, you can say, I believe this because of these facts, and then list the facts. She doesn't do that. You know, there are tricks journalists do that. People, the famous one is, well, people are saying, or it leads some to believe. That's how you can get away with posting things that are opinion or not facts in a journalism article. Is here's the facts, but they're causing people to conclude this. And even when real journalists write that stuff, they don't present it as themselves. Now, when I'm doing the show, I'm pretty open that this is my opinion. You guys are here to be entertained, and part of that is my opinion. Some people don't like my opinions, and that's fine. Some people who watch the show, I don't like your opinion on this. Great, you know, and I've offered people come on the show, like people who had problems with me. I'm like, hey, come on the show and let's debate about it. Let's talk about it. Because I'm very confident in what I believe and why. And the other thing is, uh, it makes for great debate, and people arguing makes for great, well, not TV, but great entertainment. Every time Shark posts or says anything, it's giving Jeremy more evidence against LP. Yeah, because we do know that they are talking. Those messages will be subpoenaed. It is third-party contact. Uh, Shark she does a lot of dumb things that, when I was at Eastern Michigan for my degree in journalism, I had to take a whole class. Actually, it was a two-parter of journalism and the law. And we talked about a lot of things. We talked about recording people. When can you record people? When can you not? We talked about the First Amendment. We talked a lot about defamation and libel, because those are things that can get you, you can lose all legitimacy. As a journalist, legitimacy is the biggest thing you want. That I don't care about the followers of the show, but the fact that I do have so many followers now, it's legitimacy. People are looking to me as, okay, well, you have people who care about what you're saying, so that means you probably have something interesting to say, for good, bad, or worse. And there are people, who've reached out to me for, hey, things about veteran stuff. What do I do about this? I say email under my real name about my dad. Was that today? Hold on here. Oh, I think I saw it. Hold on. Yep. Okay. So I will look at this. I'll look at this, and is it something that you want me to do a story on? Is your dad still? Is he still alive and with us? As I look at this, I'm gonna see if. So the story is from 2005. So yes, is he still with us? Because I love talking with older veterans. I really do. I think their stories are important. Um, because sometimes I like doing research and learning things. Sometimes we didn't always document things well, and sometimes it also doesn't tell you what's in between the lines. Um, so that's why I love talking with older veterans. They always have great outlook, and they can teach us a lot of things, and their stories are important. They're definitely important. Yesterday I almost bought it, but I didn't, and now I'm kind of regretting it. They had a coffee cup warmer. I should have bought it. Maybe I'll swing out by the thrift store again today and buy it. But yeah, because the thermos that I'm using is not the greatest. I have an old Stanley that is amazing. It's up in a cupboard that I gotta like. I'm not the world's tallest guy. I'm 5'8". I gotta get on a step stool to get to it, and I gotta move stuff um, off the what am I trying to say? The refrigerator to get to it. So it's not the greatest thing. But I just haven't gotten to it. So I'm using a different thermos, and it's not as good. Not as good. This one, this one, it's a metal one, but it doesn't have the interior lining. So like, I'll charge this. Like, I'll put hot water in it before I put my coffee, which does. You should always do that with your to-go mugs. Put hot coffee in before you put your coffee. In fact, if you can, put boiling water in it, and it'll make it really warm. But it keeps your coffee warm longer. Uh, I did do that with this, but now the coffee is it's it's still hot, just not as hot as I like it. It's starting to cool down. I'll probably keep live streaming until the coffee's gone or cold. Now, we're not homosexual, but we are willing to learn. I need a coffee quote. What's a good coffee quote for the show here? I do like that I have this one, because this is a really long sound clip, and it's funny too. I can use that during the show. Like John Crook, as we talk about, this should be the official theme of John Crook. So yeah, did I see what Chart wrote yesterday? Good till the last drop, maybe. Or remember Bob never has a second cup of coffee at home. Was that Folgers? I think that was Folgers that did that. I'm looking to see what Chart wrote. I'm gonna pull it up. Okay, so just FYI, I'm only doing this because you guys in the comments mention it. There is a guy who he pulls up my posts and other people's posts for content for his show. I am not doing this for content. I am doing this because my pretty specifically asked me, did you see what Chart wrote yesterday? So I am pulling up to see exactly what she wrote. I am not doing this because I can't, or because I want to use her for content at all. Hold on, let me set this up to. I hate Facebook. I hate it. It is. It's just horrible. Like, it's not easy to use. If I didn't have, like, I keep in contact with a lot of Marines on Facebook, and if it wasn't for things like that, I'd probably have deleted my account long ago. Now I'm to the point where I'll just post crazy stuff just to see if they'll get rid of my account. So here, let me share the screen. We'll go through what she put. Again, I don't need her. I don't need her at all, or the stuff that she posts. But you guys want to talk about it, so I'll talk about it. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's do this. Okay. So here is the Facebook. In fact, let me full screen that so you guys can see. You sent it to me in Messenger. Okay, hold on. Let me pull that up. Okay. All right. See, okay, I've only seen the first line, and I can already say this is a problem with her. What about really thug? There are two sides to every story in one file. Okay, no one cares about your stupid file. Well, thug, I am considering moving some evidence I will release to YouTube. Ooh. I accept your challenge to prove you wrong. No, you don't. You won't. And Janice is one of my biggest trolls. I don't know who Janice is. She lied. Oh, is this about like CPS? CPS has never tried to take my son, nor has my son ever been taken from me. Well, that is 100% false. I've seen the proof. That is false. Those are outrageous lies. Jeremy Hales stated those lies on his show with Martha Risk. And you and Tug Thug, with your nearly 500,000 viewers, will need to add a statement of correction from me for repeating that lie on your Choo Choo Cash Train. No, they won't. No, they won't. Here again, here's why. Someone gave it to them. So they have without, someone credible, without having been debunked. So they have a reasonable inference that it's true. So it's not defamation. Choo Choo Cash Train. Why does she always talk like an idiot? Choo Choo. Oh my God. And her with the emojis again. Megan Fox pointed this out. Like, yeah, it's just sad. Stay tuned, Tug. Oh, with moreover, stay tuned, Thug Lover. Like, she just doesn't realize she looks like an idiot. She just looks like an idiot. And again, I don't want to talk. I don't really want to. Like, I'm not going to do a show about her. I will. You guys want to talk about her? I'll do it. Not a problem. I want to entertain you guys. If this is what you want to talk about, then I'll talk about it. But you guys are bringing it to the show. I'm posting it up. I'm not doing what a really crappy YouTuber who takes my posts and then puts them up on his show, blots out my stuff, and then says incorrect things about me. He said I was an evangelical Christian. Look, You guys don't. I don't talk religion much on my show. In fact, if we were to talk about like that, I would much rather talk about philosophy. I like to talk about things from a natural law perspective. I don't talk about it from a Christian perspective. If you're a Christian, Jew, Muslim, I don't care. Believe what you need to believe. But this guy was saying that I am this evangelical Christian. I am not. I'm definitely not an evangelical Christian. This is not, I don't do a religious show. I have told people, like I've told Eric Miller, I've said, look, if he's got his own show, and I said, if you'd like to do like a weekly prayer request or devotional on Veteran Nation, our chaplains are important to the military for a very specific reason. And I offered him, yes, please do that. There are people I know who would love to do that, people who watch this show who then would find Eric and be like, oh, Eric is doing this stuff with Veteran Nation. I like Eric. I'm going to go follow Eric. It's all about amplifying veterans. That's why I do this stuff. I do a debunked short show. Um, I might like I've got no problem debunking her, but again, it's you guys bringing this to me. It's not me going and using her for content. Like it's not that at all. I did not come on here like I knew people would want to talk about Jeremy Hales. They would want to talk about Lynette because it's my coffee with the skipper. That's what you guys like to do, and that's great. It's great. This gives me a chance to connect with you guys all as an audience, um, which is important. And you have to, as a creator, I have to foster my audience. You guys buying my shirts supports me. So if I then send you a mug because you bought a T-shirt and then posted it on the social media, you're not just supporting me. You bought the T-shirt, so the foundation gets the money back for that. So a veteran's going to benefit. But then you put it on the social media, so now you've advertised. So the least I can do is spend $10 and give you a mug because it becomes cyclical. I'm going to get more followers. I'm going to get more people to buy more T-shirts and more mugs and stuff like that. You have to foster your audience. Tommy, I had Tommy on the show yesterday. Tommy, from day one that I did the very first show, Tommy was in the audience of that show. Tommy's a big supporter of the show, and he only lives a couple hours from me. So that's why I love being able to do things with him. But when I first created merchandise, he was the first guy. I was like, I want him to have a Veteran Nation T-shirt. And for your super fans, the people who really support you, you have to do that. Like, for you guys who support me and share my stuff, yeah, I want to give you my merchandise because you're gonna wear my merchandise. You are doing for my show more than I could ever do. Like you guys are when I put stuff like Eric Miller's his thing up, and I did email Jeremy to say, hey, if you come across a motorized scooter, here's a veteran who really needs it. I don't want you to donate it. I want to actually negotiate. If you have one that you found in your stuff, I want to negotiate a price. I'm not a grifter. I'm not trying to see what I can get from people. Same thing if you guys do storage stuff, because I know a lot of you guys have taken from Jeremy's thing and you do this stuff. If you're doing that, I want to help you. I really do want to help you with that. So, if you're a reseller and you come across one of these, reach out to me. Let's negotiate a price so that I can help Eric. Because I have my fundraising things, he has his. We can combine them, but I need to get a shirt mic. I just don't have the money, sadly. Hey, send me your address. Send me your address. I will address and size. I'll get you one. That's an easy thing. Easy. And that's also why for a lot of my shirts, I try to keep them very affordable because most people who want to support me, you guys are fixed incomes or, maybe you do have an income, but it's not all disposable money. If you buy a coffee mug and $1.50 comes back to the foundation, that helps. that absolutely helps. Um, you know, I, I've had people be like, "Hey, here's," some people have a lot of means to help. I had one guy who gave me a fistful of gift cards. They were all about $15 to $20 to Sam's Club. I was like, I'm going to give these out to veterans. I'm going to give these out to veterans and military families. I literally used to carry them in my pocket and just hand them out to people, because that's what we do. I would give them that and a business card, because I don't want this money. The foundation does cost me money, but I'm happy to do it. I'm in a place in my life where I can do it, and I've gained knowledge and stuff. People like Shart and this YouTuber, they're just leeches. They're trying to leech others for content because they're not creative enough to come up with it. Yeah, is it hard sometimes doing this show? Yeah, you guys make this show easy when you throw comments in here, because then you direct the conversation. Does it get a little bit chaotic? Yeah, sometimes, you know, but the soundboard. I've got the soundboard because it helps keep things flowing. But whenever we talk about Shart, and yes, Shart is, she posts the dumbest stuff, but it's all about her. She acts like she's trying to help people. She's not. Her with her stay tuned is she's just she's just taking um, she's just taking so much energy from people. Thank you, my pretty. I saw that you shared the show. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Um, and yeah, like, I don't want to take from people. I want to give back to the world. And that is one thing I do love about Jeremy and George, is that they do that. I'm trying to keep drinking the coffee while it's still hot. Jeremy and George do that. I appreciate that. I love that's what Willis is doing. I think Willis is great because he's doing that. She always fights on the wrong side too. Well, that's because Shart is obviously on the spectrum. She could be. She could be. There's been people that I have seen who are on the spectrum, who in some of these Facebook groups, that I truly believe they are. I'm not going to call them out because they're not exactly haters, but they are people who they get very hyper focused on things, very hyper focused. Here, I don't want to say the full name, but Joey. That's what I'll say. And some of you guys know who I'm talking about. He gets very hyper focused on things, and so I think he might have, and it's not a bad thing. I think people who are on the spectrum can actually be a huge benefit to our society. I've seen them do great things. Willis wants to make OC nice again, give encouragement to like where they live, clean up the town. Absolutely. What he's doing with this festival, I think, is great. I want to do a festival. I want to do a veterans comedy and music festival out here. I am trying to find a venue. I think I might have one, but when things are out of my control, I can only operate so much. And I'm just one man. I'm getting close to where I have some volunteers here, but same thing. Like, Veteran Nation is not Mike Arthur. If any of you guys, if Willis said, "Hey, I want to do a veteran festival," I'd be like, "Do you want to do it under Veteran Nation?" Because you can absolutely take my name and branding and use that if you want to. And I would absolutely support that. I hope to eventually have more veterans posting content through Veteran Nation. And, if they have their own thing going on, great. That's the same thing with TC. TC had his own show. And I said, why don't you come be my co-host? And that way you can still do your show. This one will be a little bit easier because I'll do most of the preparing for everything, but you're on with me and it gets your stuff out there. I will help you at that festival in any way I can. Well, I'm out here in Joshua Tree. That's the problem. I'm in a rural area. But I'm right near a major Marine Corps base. So, and also there's an Army base not too far away. So I would like to do some stuff. We just, Coachella's 45 minutes away from here. I know it can be successful. I want to do. There's no marathons out here. I want to do a marathon. Again, I just don't have the personnel to do it yet. Um, as I get better volunteers, I will get there. Um, but that's why I've worked with other nonprofits. I don't care if Better Nation itself is. It doesn't have to be the marquee name. I just want to be associated with it and be able to do my live streams, like when I did the comedy event. I love that Donna from You Matter Not Alone, who runs the Battle Buddies app, she was like, "Oh yeah, let's do this together," and I'm very thankful I was able to be a part of it. I wish I could have helped out more in the planning stages. I just was doing stuff with our local PTO here that I couldn't be as involved. Um, but I am trying to, and I'll probably, even though I don't have a kid in the elementary school anymore, I'll probably still do stuff with the PTO just because I like being able to do stuff for this community, which is a lot of veterans and military. So just like how Travis is doing stuff, I'm doing stuff, and you don't see people like Lynette doing that. You don't see people like Shark doing that. Um, you know that that YouTuber who farms me for content. You don't see him doing that. They're all about themselves. I'm not about myself. Like if everybody unsubscribed tomorrow, but I had one veteran left, I still will do this show. I still will, because if that person's getting something from this, that's can help them, great. What is the history of the name of the town? Are you talking about Otter Creek? I think it's great what Belinda is doing. In fact, I'm waiting for a payout of, as you guys saw when I created the thing, you saw I've got some money in my Fourth Wall account for um, what's it for the nonprofit. So I do have some funding. It's not a lot. I think I have what $56 in there. So I might do a thing and send uh, to Otter Creek Town Hall, maybe a couple gift cards for some food. Uh, one so that because Belinda should absolutely be able to have a lunch on us, and uh, and also maybe have some food at the next town hall. So that way, I thought it was, while that woman was, Jeremy really kind of talked about it, she was a little bit out there with their stuff, and I get it. And yeah, uh, to me, I just look at that's someone who's never really been involved in government and has no clue what the role of government is. Um, but I do want to see more people at town hall. So if I were to send to town hall like, hey, here's a couple of Walmart gift cards, get some cookies and stuff for the next town hall meeting, and they can put some food or drinks off to the side, I think that'll get more people to come out to town hall, and more people involved with the town is going to stop the corruption because it's more transparency, and it's these little things uh, the more people get involved, the more events they do, the better the town is absolutely going to be. I've said that they want the water to be clean. I think as part of that community center, if they're going to go forward with that, they should absolutely make an aquatic center as part of that. I think doing the splash pad is really smart. I would actually, consider doing a pool, a public pool with at least one water slide. You want to talk about getting kids? Put in a water slide to a public pool. We like here in this town, we've got a public pool, but there's no water slide, and people go to it. And they just did like $3 million of renovations here, and they didn't really add anything. Like I don't want to say it was wasted money. I think it was all to things that like needed to be done because the pool is getting old. So they don't want leaks and they don't want anything cracking or the foundation. So I'm fine with that, but I would have added, like, no, we're going to put a water slide or something, so that then there's more things for the kids. Um, Same thing with, you got to make it easy for people. Out here, it gets incredibly hot doing things. Same thing as in Florida, incredibly hot. So if you have a public pool, that's only for people to cool down. It really is, and it's also a way to ensure that you're going to do things to make sure the Otter Creek water is good. So it becomes symbiotic. And honestly, I don't think Otter Creek needs to be a town. I do agree with Jeremy. I think it should actually be a special water district, uh, because there's things that the town, uh, you know, it can't do, like dog catcher. I think Willis, since all those dogs keep running onto Jeremy's property, I think Willis should be the dog catcher. All he's got to do is open the gate, they'll come right in, and boom, he's got them. It'll draw kids from other areas. Absolutely, absolutely. You know, I I've always been able to see things like that. Places should do, like in this town where I live. There's a lot of opportunity, and people just don't recognize it. They look at it as, oh, this is just a desert community and nothing but tweakers. Yeah, but we've got a major Marine Corps base. We could be doing things here that would be really nice that you can't do in other parts of the state. The problem here is California is absolutely reductive and tries to prevent stuff. You have to have a lot of money in California to be able to, like, have influence. So those prevent you from doing this stuff. But once you have enough money, it's like, okay, well, that guy has enough money to fight us, so we're just going to let it happen. And California is a very much a dog eat dog state. That's why there's the income gap, and it's just getting worse. It's all these policies that they have here, that they do to help people, that they just hurt people. Like the Pied Piper, Willis is with the dogs. Yeah, yeah, he should be the dog catcher, and just catch the dogs, put them in a cage, and when the people come to get them, no, it's $25 to get your dog out. And they're already going to Willis. I don't think he wants that job though. But you know, I would like to see town hall. Like, I think they're doing good by doing like a small museum type thing. It's always good to embrace your history, good, bad, or indifferent. It is what it is. Just say, yeah, this is the history of this place. We need to learn from it. Learn from the things we did right, learn from the things we did wrong. Uh, Sorry, I'm just checking my. I'm checking out my uh, texts that people are sending me. We got 6 people in here. Everyone, please hit the like, share, subscribe, everything. For those of you who have, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. And I get it. Not all of you can sit for the whole thing. 10 for Willis, 15 for the town. Are you talking for gift card? Because yeah, I did donate to the festival. I sent $25 in. Got to know where you've been to know where you're going. Absolutely. You do have to keep looking forward. Don't look back. But that doesn't mean you can't, use it to learn from. Doggo at Two-Town. Oh, imagine if he started a pound there with all the dogs barking all hours of the night. Like, oh, you don't like that Willis is there? Now you can listen to dogs barking all night. I see Chris is watching. Hey, Chris. Yeah, the Two-Town dog kennel. And he could probably turn that into a nonprofit. Yeah, the Two-Town No Kill Shelter. That would see, and that's the thing. Like Lynette and John, you don't start fights with people. One, if you don't start fights if you can avoid it. Don't start fights with people with way more resources than you. Um, I would say don't start fights, but sometimes you do need to start fights. Sometimes you do. But yeah, you have to think long-term strategy. Like, I have a powerful person trying to get this show shut down. They don't want me talking about certain things. I'm not stopping because the things that they have influence for me on, I don't care about. And it will probably in like a month or so, you guys will all find out about it. You guys all know I've got my court April. I always say April, August 14th. But yeah, you guys, you're not going to believe some of the stuff. You're going to be like, this has been going on for that long, and these major things have happened. Um, and plus, the video of me being attacked is, it's sad and funny in both aspects. So, but you guys will see all that stuff. But yeah, with Tubetown, there's a lot of things Willis can do. You know, I would love to see go-karts. I would love to see Willis. He's pretty good with what's it? Um, Dirt bikes and stuff. So maybe he's good at small engine repair, but yeah, with some dirt bikes out there, or not dirt bikes, but go-karts out there, it'd be something for kids. Just only keep it open on the weekend, but that does require an investment of manpower. We have a guy who tried to do go-karts out here. The problem is it just is too damn hot. There's a lot of people who try to do things in my town, and this time of year, this sun is like it's like walking on the sun if you're out in the sun. I've told people like they want to build a solar farm here. I'm totally against that. But building shade structures in your parking lots with solars on top of it, great. I think that's amazing. I think that's amazing and a really good thing to do. But yeah, for some reason, there's people here in our zoning here who are against it, and they kill opportunity. And now we've got this group that wants to come in and put in this huge, massive solar farm that's an eyesore. It takes away from the desert. It takes away. It changes our the habitat for the animals. It's just a problem. Sorry, my back is hurting me. You get old veterans. You feel 70 years old, as Richardson was saying. But yeah, if you buy any of my merchandise and post yourself with a picture, which I do need to put up the picture of Willis holding up. I sent him a Veteran Nation shirt. But yeah, if you buy any of our merchandise, take a picture of it, post it on the social media, and tag me. I will send you a coffee mug. Just I'll have to DM you so that I've got your address and whatnot. But yeah, I've got no problem doing that stuff. Easy days. It's fun. The only thing I don't like about using the fourth wall, I love how it works. The only problem I have is it is a little bit pricey for shipping. That's another reason I keep the prices low. If you see a T-shirt on there that's kind of priced high, it's because I don't think it's going to be a big seller, and I don't think I'll sell a lot of them. So I do need to get my money back for the foundation. I think I'm going to get a little rest. Everyone, have a good afternoon. Yep. Thank you again, Max Lab. I appreciate, and I always love your DMs. I apologize if I'm very short texting you back. A lot of times when I text people, I'm doing other stuff, and I'm a notorious short texter, and some people hate it. They're like, dude, you're just like, yeah, nice, cool. And I'm like, oh, I'm being polite and responding to you right away. That's really what I'm trying to do. And I got Conspiracy Kitty. He's sitting right up here. He's falling asleep on my desk. He must be bored because we're not talking about conspiracy theories this morning. Yeah. I I hope someone does some really cool booths. If anyone, okay, here's one thing I'll say. If anyone does go to the festival in Otter Creek and if you live stream it, I would like to use your live stream. I'd like to push it out also on Veteran Nation. Uh, and I'm not going to snipe. I'm not going to snipe anyone's live stream. I will ask you before I use it. As you've seen, I've used uh, Brett Granger. I've used some of his live streams, but it was always with permission. Shot him a DM. He was like, "Yep, you can use it." I don't like stealing people's content because it can be hard sometimes to come up with content. Um, but yeah, I would like to see how the festival goes. So I think that would be great. So if someone's planning on doing that, let's coordinate. I can make it incredibly easy to happen. So uh, yeah, I've done I've done some stuff. Okay, I need a size. If you're still here, hold on here. I'll respond back. IZE. Okay. Um, so yeah, there we go. So yeah, I'm gonna send Max Lab. He was just DMing me. I'm gonna send him a Veteran Nation shirt. I appreciate him wearing it, and yeah. So if any of you guys buy one, take a picture of you or whoever you buy it for. Uh, I got a post. I did get a picture. Actually, here, let me pull it up. One of the Trump shirts. So yeah, I had a couple people buy the Trump shirts, and I said, hey, if you post a picture of yourself in that to social media, they didn't post it to social media. They just sent it to me directly, which is fine because then I can post it on the social media. But there, it's the the image of Trump with his fist, and it's the shirt that says Trump wins. Um, I actually had the other Trump shirt sell more. That was the one of the first ones that I did that I was able to get out because like my phone blew up as soon as he was shot, like within the first 10 minutes, and I recognized that fist pump that was a powerful image, and it started going around on Twitter. So I grabbed that image, and I did that one where the image is going up, and that one is a black and white because you do have to change the image a little bit for fair use. And then the other one, the one that is the big seller, is I took that image and I silhouetted everything with the exception of the flag. And that one, people really, I've sold probably 6 of those shirts. So, um, you know, people really did kind of respond to that. And my tweet where I put that up, I think that one got 20,000 impressions. So I knew that was going to be a seller. Um, but yeah, so as people, I'll be pushing that out more as people get that shirt, and if they take a picture and send it to me on social media, you got to do these things to kind of keep getting it out there. Um, yeah, I've thought about doing specific campaigns. If I do want to get Chad, if anyone has, or I'm sorry, not Chad, but Carl. If anyone has comms with Carl from Otter Creek, I would love for him to come on the show and just talk with him about Otter Creek and the things that he'd like to see. I would, I'm all about having veterans on the show. Um, I'm trying to think what other things. My coffee's almost up, so I will be ending this stream shortly. What do you guys think about the layout? I so that's without the logo. This is with the logo. What do you think? good, bad, indifferent. I also have this one. Oh, sorry, screwed that one up. Now I lost it. So I got the big logo, and then I got the little logo. Don't know if you guys have a preference. My old thumbnail image I really liked, but it's very busy. It is very busy. And that doesn't always make for great thumbnails on YouTube. So I was changing them a little bit, but I might make this background the new thumbnail, or at least the base image for the thumbnail, where I add stuff to it. Jeremy's very good at his thumbnails. I'll say that. I will say that he's very good with his thumbnails. What? Oh, so I've got the cat in. Well, he just jumped out. He was in my lap, and I've got a string on my shorts, and he was standing on my shorts, and he was chewing on the string. He's a goofball, big old goofball. And I'm still leaning towards I might start a Veteran Nation Amazon wish list. I know people were talking about that. I might do that. I don't know yet. I'm still. There's a couple things I'm like, I could buy this, but I do know there are people who wanted to support the show. I just don't want people buying expensive stuff for me. But yeah. Anything else you guys want to talk about while you're all here? Because if not, I'm gonna start wrapping things up. I hope you all have a great day. Yeah, hope you and your family are all doing well. Hold on here. I got to remove a couple things here as I'm looking. No. Yep. Get rid of that. So make sure you guys are going to veterannationfoundation.com, support our nonprofit, buy any of our stuff. If you get any of our stuff, again, post it to social media, tag us or DM us, let us know, and I will get you a Veteran Nation mug. And yeah, we appreciate all the support that you guys give us, and we're going to be able to help a lot more people going forward. So thank you so much for joining us this morning. Thank you for all the stuff. If you check out our interview that we did yesterday with Larry Bia, because he's battling stage 4 cancer. He's a veteran. He's a comedian. Hopefully, we'll be doing more stuff with him. But he's got his GoFundMe. Go donate to that. Make sure you sign our petition. We're trying to keep veterans with their Second Amendment rights. So make sure you sign our petition. And yeah, let me know if you guys. I might do a stream later on today after the Hales do theirs. I'm interested in seeing what's going to be going down with that. So if you guys want to tune in later on, I'll be around. If you need me for anything, you can always DM me down there. I've got my Twitter. We got TC's Twitter. We've got our Instagram, and also join our Facebook group. Join our Facebook group. I try to post funny stuff there and also interesting stuff there. So thank you guys again for joining us. As always, you guys are amazing. I thank you so much for everything. You know, you guys support us and you humble us so much, and I can't say it enough. I can't say it enough. And thank you again. And as usual, thank you for being worth serving.